Hello, hello, peoples. Uh, this is MikiSunshine Creates, and I'm Miki. Welcome to my channel and my live. Um, I've got stories for you today, but let me go through my little opening spiel. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. I do appreciate it always. Um, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy yourself tonight, please subscribe. Well, even if you don't enjoy yourself, subscribe anyway. Um, and hit the bell so you always know when I upload a new video or go live. And I go live every Friday at 7:30 p.m. What else? There was something else. Oh yeah, you're always welcome to donate. I've got Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the description. Tonight should be fun. Tonight should be very fun because we're gonna talk a little bit about money. As soon as we get some more people in here, and the good, the bad, the indifference. I don't know. The good, the bad, the ugly. Hi, Catherine. J Rob. My J Rob is here. So I've got stories to tell. Not personal stories, but some interesting stories. Now, I made a boo boo. I poured my gray that I was working on into my trash jar. And now I'm picking them out of the trash. So this is going to occupy me. No diamond painting, just cleaning up after myself. That is naturally, I'm always doing this. I'm sure you guys do this too. I shouldn't keep this so close, or I should move these containers a little further away on the opposite side. But unfortunately, they were together, and I just, without looking, I just spilled them right in. I feel like an idiot, especially since I have all of these go through, plus all of these. Yeah, it was a lot. Mostly because when I went to get the grays out, the color ones fell on top and then they got into the containers. I had to empty the container completely and it all got mixed up. So I'm having fun. This is supposed to be fun, isn't it? Nah. I hate it when they're upside down. They won't pick up. Skip it. I'll come back to it later. Now, at least it's easy to tell the difference between I don't have another gray that's as close to this gray that I trashed, so at least I can tell the difference between all of them. Hey guys, how you doing? So I asked a question in my description. What would you do if you had a windfall of money? Would you share it with your immediate family? What about your extended family? What about the cousins that come out of the woodwork? How would you handle the greedy? I mean, I keep thinking sometimes those people who win the lottery, it must be nice to get the money, but damn, it must be hell to get everybody and their brother trying to get some of it. I think that's why some people, in my opinion, a lot of people, especially if you're not a rich person to begin with, and don't know how to handle money, haven't been taught. Like me, I had to teach myself. You're better off getting an annuity, because at least when somebody comes asking you for, to pay for their condo or their car or their vacation, you could say, well, I only get a few thousand a week. It's not a lot. It's not enough. for a few thousand a month. I don't get a lot, you know? It's got to last me a long time rather than taking a lump sum. You take a lump sum, woo, everybody and their brother. So what would you do? Nobody's going to answer me, huh? Catherine, J. Rob. All right. I don't know. Should I begin my story? I've got two stories about two different people who had a windfall of money. One of them by inheritance, and one of them through years of hard work and investments. And, and then investment paid off, and boom, they're rich. And all of a sudden they're rich. Which it can happen, but it was through hard work and good investments. I don't know. Oh, what's this one? Go away. I can't pick you up. There you are. Yeah. What would you do? How would you handle all that money? I mean, of course you would buy yourself stuff. I mean, would you even tell your family that you won? Of course, they might find out anyway. But I don't know if I even tell my family. I help my nieces out. I don't have a greedy family, so I don't think I'd have problems with them. The way some of these stories, they were on Reddit and then on YouTube, and that's where I heard them. And, oh man, you got to hear some of these. I mean, this one woman, through hard work and good investments, comes into a windfall, probably from one of the tech companies she invested in. And she pays off her brother and sister-in-law's mortgage. She pays off her mother-in-law's mortgage. She sets up college funds for all her nieces and nephews, as well as her own children, which that makes sense. And she takes them all of them on a wonderful vacation. Spends a freaking fortune, I'm sure. Now, sister-in-law, from now on, is going to be called Blabbermouth. Now, I do the same thing that she did. She decided, if I'm giving you this money, please don't tell anybody else. Don't tell anyone else in the family. This is only for you. Well, Blabbermouth, first thing she does is she's having a birthday along with her son. I guess they have a birthday on the same day, or they're just celebrating together. And our friend goes over to her sister-in-law's house, and she gives her nephew a very big, a large, a generous card. I'm thinking generous might be $500, for a kid. You don't want to, not too much. And she gives her sister-in-law a very generous Visa card, prepaid gift card. Her sister-in-law, Blabbermouth, has the gall to say, well, we planned a vacation and we'd like to know what you think about it. And she goes through all the details of the vacation and everything else. And our friend asks how much. Blabbermouth says, $32,000. Yeah, apparently she laughed at that too. And she did the same thing I would have done. She said no. I would have said no too. I mean, pay for you to have a. I just took you on vacation, and you want me to pay for your $32,000 vacation? Are you nuts? But sister-in-law keeps saying, well, we're entitled to it. We're family. You're supposed to give to family. Yeah, but if you need it for something practical, I'd understand. You can always ask me for a loan, and I'd be happy to loan it to you. But I'm not trying to give all my money away just because you're family. That's not. Well, sister-in-law, also known as entitled sister-in-law, aka blabbermouth, keeps going on about this, and her and her husband get so upset they leave. They just leave. Well, sister-in-law starts blabbing to every family member she can find that her sister-in-law came into a lot of money. Excuse me? Blabbermouth tells the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, everybody, vaguely related, vaguely friends, that she came into money. Her sister-in-law did. Our friend starts getting phone calls. I need this, I need that, but we're family. Every time she says no. One of the cousins does very well, says, I'd like to borrow some money to put down on the mortgage on my house. We've got most of it saved up. We only need about $1,000 to $2,000, and we're happy to pay you back. And friend goes, oh yeah, well, thank you. That's very good. They make a contract for a loan to be paid back in certain increments or whatever they work out, with or without interest. That's up to how close your family is, and that's the way to go about it. But blabbermouth and the rest of the family is just impossible. J-Rob, she doesn't need or Lisa, she doesn't need an attorney or a financial advisor. She made money through her investments and hard work, and she winds up getting a windfall from all of that. And like I said, I don't know if I would even tell my family about it, but you want to do something nice for your brother, your sister, your immediate family, your brother, your sister, your nephews, nieces. So setting up those college funds was very generous. Paying off the mortgages for the others was very generous. What more could that $32,000 for a vacation? I don't think so. And all of the aunts and uncles are calling up, and the cousins are calling up, and we need money, and we need this, and you should give it to us because we're entitled to it because we're family, and you take care of family first. And bullshit. I'm sorry, that's just bullshit. Family doesn't feel they're entitled. So what she does is she says no to everybody. No, don't. Unless one of them wanted to borrow and were willing to sign a loan agreement. Well, at one time, so she stops talking to them. She just, she stops picking up the phone when she recognizes who it is. And same thing on social media. She just ignores them. And apparently, they asked if she would. One of them asked, "Could you go on a Zoom with me, so we could talk face to face?" Our friend agrees, and she was ambushed by all the aunts and uncles. And so she had to stop them right there, mute them all, and said, gave a 20-minute speech about how she earned it, how she made proper investments. She has a great financial advisor if they want his number. I'm not going to give you anything. And that's it. And if you want anything, ask me for a loan. That's different. Well, and she hangs up with them. I don't know if it was the next day or the next week or whatever. She comes home from being out and finds a mob of people on her front lawn. And apparently it's all the aunts and uncles that came all that way to ask for a handout. And she's trying to get through the crowd and saying, no, no. Her uncle slaps her in the face and starts yelling at her that you have to give it to me. I'm the elder. She gives them a rough cross and knocks him down and fractures his cheekbone. Smart, very strong woman. Apparently she worked out. And the police had been called by neighbors who, was wondering what the commotion was. And I called the police. Half of them were arrested. The rest of them scattered to the four winds. And while she didn't want to move, because I love my house. Why should I move? Because everybody was giving her advice. Why don't you move? Remember, this is on Reddit. She told her story at the beginning. And in increments, when she reads the comments, people would say, oh, why don't you just move and not tell anybody where you're going? So I don't want to move. This is my house. This is my, But after that incident, with Uncle getting arrested, along with a number of others for trespassing and this and that, she got no contact, whatever it is, temporary restraining orders against all of them. And eventually she moves to a different town. Doesn't tell anybody but her mother-in-law. Won't even tell her brother because, blabbermouth. Her mother-in-law was the only one who was kind of trying to stay in the middle and be the arbitrator and, was on her side, basically. And her and her husband went away for a weekend. They came back and found the windows to their cars broken, their tires slashed. But they had security cameras, of course. She documented everything from the beginning to the end. She documented and had security cameras at her old home and at her new home. So they found out it was one of the cousins that had done that. So he gets, she gives the police all the information and the footage, and he gets arrested, and, the restraining order, he obviously just ignored the restraining order. And she's upset. Our friend is upset because she wants to know who told. Who told? And, she was just, she thought it was her sister-in-law. She thought it was Blabbermouth. But, Blabbermouth would also go around and ruin her, tell lies about her. Another reason why the family came down on her so hard. Because sister-in-law would, Blabbermouth would tell lies. Isn't that, what is that, defamation of character or something? Liability? I don't know. Libel or slander? Whatever. sister-in-law has the balls to actually sue our friend, because her reputation got ruined when the truth came out. And her reputation got ruined in the town that she lived in because they learned that she was the one telling lies. She was the one that was, going out and doing all that crap. Good old blabbermouth. It doesn't end there. The next thing that happens is, again, they were away for the weekend, and their neighbor had a dog that he would walk at night, early in the morning when it was still dark. And he would walk, behind the houses, I guess they had a easement or something, but he would walk behind the houses, which had high fences, around them. And oh, by the way, the dog's name is Frou Frou. So he's walking Frou Frou, and he sees a ladder placed up against the wall of his neighbor, our friend. And he goes up to look, and it's the cousin with a bunch of tools trying to open the back door. He sends the dog up. The dog jumps into the yard and starts growling. Look, the cousin starts throwing things to get that dog away from me, but the dog keeps chasing him until he climbs up onto a table. I wish I had been a fly on the wall for that one. Can you picture it? The thing is, this was a big dog. Frou Frou was a big, trained guard dog. He wouldn't bite unless he was told to bite, but he would chase someone and, try and put them in a corner, which he managed to do. What a nice dog. A Frou Frou? A strange name. I know they gave a reason, but I don't remember. I can't see me calling a big, I don't know. It wasn't a shepherd or Bijou or something. It was something like that, one of those big dogs. It wasn't a Rottweiler. It was something, it was an unusual, large one. And I did that Frou Frou. I'm sorry. I think that is hysterical. Now, the last thing that happens to her is she gets a call from a cousin overseas. I don't know whether he's in the military or something or whatever, but he tells her that his daughter is dying. She's 17. She's got this, very unusual disease, one of those orphan diseases. And while there is an operation that might or might not help her, obviously it's experimental, it's very expensive and the insurance company won't pay for it. So our friend feels bad, she's a very caring woman and she feels bad. And she wants to do something, but she doesn't want to be taken advantage of again. So she does her due diligence. She actually goes to the hospital and meets the girl. And she in her message, she does say that the girl looked like death was sitting on her shoulder. And I'm going, oh my God, that's terrible. So she vets the doctor, vets the hospital, and everything else, and tells the cousin, I will pay directly to the hospital for the operation and whatever else she might need, that the operation might call for that isn't covered by insurance. And her cousin had said earlier that, oh, my wife will be there and she's, we'll take care of my wife's expenses. I'm not asking you for that. There's only one problem with all that. I never get to hear the outcome. That's where it ended, with this, her giving the money to this poor girl for an operation that may or may not work. And I want to know the outcome. So I'm hoping there will be an update. But all of those things were done with updates, were said. There was a section here and a section there. And I watched it on Mr. Reddit. He picks up these stories from Reddit and he retells them. And he's kind of funny when he tells them. He's got a funny voice, and his expressions are funny. But this was not funny. This was sad. At the end, I didn't want it to end like that. I was very sad. Don't you think? But damn, imagine coming into all that money, and all that happens is your family gets greedy and actually tries to coerce, assault you, intimidate you into giving them money because, oh, we're family, we deserve it, we're entitled. You take care of family first. Hey, you're like my second cousin once removed. I've never even met you. Why should I give you anything? Or the last time I saw you, Aunt, was at the last reunion and you never even talked to me. So again, why should I give it to you? You're not really family to me. I don't know. It scares me that if I win the lottery, this is going to happen. But on the other hand, except for my brother, he's always been obsessed with money. None of my family is really obsessed with money. My two cousins who live down here have their own business. And they've made millions. And I've never asked for a penny, but I know they would give it to me if I needed it. They let me stay at their, one of my cousins let me stay at his guest house when I first, was it my second divorce? Yeah, my second divorce. And let me stay there for a while I, until I could pick myself up and find a new place to live. And which I thought was generous enough because he was also feeding me, and just like I say to everybody, I'm not going to give you any money, but I am more than happy to feed you. Thank you, J. Rob. Lots of them. I've got an unboxing to do. It just came in today. I haven't done it yet. Yeah. Trust me, there will be a lot of unboxings and a lot of giveaways because I can't even finish the ones I have now in my lifetime. Not at the rate I go. I'm a slow diamond painter because things like this happen to me all the time, and that kind of takes up some of your time. But just think about, like I said, I would probably go. My brother would disagree, and a financial advisor might also disagree. But I would go with an annuity because I don't have a long time to live, and I don't need a lot of money. I need enough to get out of this tiny little apartment and into a 3-bedroom because I really want a craft room. I really do. And pay off, I wouldn't pay off my brother's mortgage because he's always paying it off and getting second mortgages. He keeps doing that and keeps putting himself into debt over and over. So I wouldn't pay off his mortgage, but I'd give something to my nieces and let them decide if they want to pay off their mortgage or buy something or whatever they want to do. I'd give them a very generous amount, you know. So, especially if I do take it as a lump sum. But that's about it. My other side of the family, that's my father's side of the family. My other side of the family, they too are, they're not rich, but they don't need more than they have. They've never asked for more than they have, and they're happy with what they have. You know, my mother was the same way. She's not greedy. We're not a greedy family, except for my brother. He's different. he's a he's a strange one. I'm not sure he's actually a relative. No, he is my brother. You put me and him and my younger brother together. There's no question that we all had the same father. No question. We had different. Well, my older brother and I have the same mother. My younger brother was my stepmother's kid. But he looks almost exactly like my dad. I mean, he was in the military. My dad has a picture of himself with a beret on, and it's a close up when he was in the army. And of course, it's black and white. And it's just a close up of his face with the beret. And he was very handsome. And my younger brother also went into the army, and he decided to have the same picture taken, a close up with a beret. You put those two pictures together, it's hard to tell them apart. It's eerie how similar they look. They look like twins, or at the very least brothers, because my dad was about the same age as my brother when he got his picture done. So it's really cute. But and like I said, my mom's side of the family, they're the same way. I grew up with them. I didn't grow up with my dad's side of the family. I grew up on my mom's side of the family, and they're all nice people. My uncle is very generous. When my mother needed help, he would give it to her. My other uncle came over every Sunday to play cards and give my mother some adult company, um, and just be her brother. God, I wish my brother was like that. And also, again, if we ever needed anything, they were very generous. She didn't even have to ask. They'd give. They knew. They knew when she needed it and when she was in trouble because they actually paid attention to her. Unlike my brother, I'm not a part of his immediate family. That's his wife, his nieces, and his grandchildren. I mean, his kids and his grandchildren, my nieces. And that's okay. They want to be insular, they can be insular. That's why I didn't go to Thanksgiving this year because they ignore me most of the time anyway. So I'm sure they didn't miss me because I've gotten no texts, no happy Thanksgivings, no nothing, and I sent them out. I haven't even gotten a you too back. So, but fine. No, I'm still not done. I've got more. Now, the other story is a little different. The other story is about a woman who is very, very poor. And she lives with her family. And her mother and her both work in a factory. And that's where she met her husband. She said, I met him. We started talking and I fell in love. And he was so sweet and nice. And he was handsome and beautiful and whatever. So they get married and move into a studio apartment because it's all they can afford. You know? Uh, I'm not sure if they're married for a while, I believe, and he wants a child. He wants a kid. She, not so much. So he says, at least, let's try, let's try. And she does something I don't agree with. She says, okay, and then proceeds to take birth control, and not tell him, which I don't think is a nice thing to do. But it's what happened, and she did it. Things get better, and they move into a one bedroom, or a bigger apartment, and they're very happy, and things are going well along. Then her father dies and leaves her a rather large tract of land that he owned. And she gets offered by a development company $10 million for the property. Sold? I might say the same thing, sold. Just, yeah, some people are willing to hang on to property, others, I need the money. She was very poor. They weren't rich at all. They weren't even middle class. They would go days with eating big frankenbeans or whatever. So she gets $10 million. Now that's a windfall. Well, they move into a nicer place. Apparently, her mother-in-law is a witch, and her sister-in-law did she have a sister-in-law? No, just her mother-in-law. They give to her they give some money to her mother-in-law, but she keeps asking for more and more and more. And it's kind of like, whatever. She gives her husband money to open up a restaurant, and the restaurant becomes very successful and is making money and is very well known. Obviously it's a good place. And this goes on for a few years. Then the restaurant starts losing money, and she doesn't know why. Her husband's supposed to be there running the restaurant every day. And he says he's going off to work to the restaurant. And one day she goes into the restaurant just to see him. She has no idea. She doesn't even have an inkling that anything's wrong, except that they're not doing well in the restaurant. And apparently he's not there. Okay, he's not there. Apparently he hadn't been going in and managing the restaurant the way he should, which is why it was losing money. Restaurants need hands-on every day. And you're not willing to do that, or something distracts you, you're going to lose. So I don't know if it's the next day or a little later, she decides to follow her husband after he leaves for work. She follows him to a garage where she sees him enter this really fancy car, very expensive one, and change into a slick suit. And then he leaves the garage and he goes, and he picks up a woman. So now she knows he's cheating on her. And he's not, he's not taking care of himself in the restaurant the way he should. Now, here's a woman who needs to get revenge. She goes about it in a wonderful way. She does have a brother and sister-in-law. Yeah, she has a brother. But she goes about it, or sister, and or it's the sister-in-law, the sister of her husband, I think. And and she decides the first thing she does is she offers them a vacation. Let's all go on a vacation. And she decides to go for, she books a cruise. This is, we're going on a cruise? I don't know. Why don't we go someplace, fly and, go to a resort or something? And she said, no, we're going on a cruise. I don't know what she was doing for work, if she was working at all, or if she was just, her sister-in-law's husband can't go because he's got work, and she can't go because, I don't know, maybe she's sick or something, and she tells the rest of them, just go ahead without me, everything will be fine. Now, while they're on this cruise, her plans go into effect. She had gotten a PI to document his adultery. She decided to spend the money on a PI, and she'd gotten all this documentation that, yeah, he was committing adultery. And she closes the restaurant, sells it, because it's in her name. It was not put in his name. So she has the right to sell the restaurant. She sells her mother-in-law's condo. She had bought it and it was in her name. Smart woman. Keep it in your name. And something else. God damn, why can't I remember? You know me. I have the world's worst memory. I can't help it. I'm like, there's something wrong with me. It's getting worse too. I think I need help. I'm mental. Well, we know this already. But she takes the money out of an account that she had set up for him for the business. And when he's about a day out from the cruise ship coming in, he gives her a call and she tells him, we're getting a divorce. He gets angry and he's yelling and screaming. He says, hey, you can't do that. He says, I'm going to get a lot of money out of you. And she said, go ahead, try. And apparently she gets the divorce. He thinks he's going to get all this money from her, but everything is in her name. It's not joint property because it was an inheritance. Inheritances are not joint property. So he can't do anything. He's got no money. His mother has no money, and his sister-in-law has no money because her husband found out she was cheating and divorced her. Apparently, that's why he stayed off the cruise, because so they both kind of conspire. Now that is sweet revenge. Hit him where it hurts. The pocketbook. Hit him where it hurts. This is what happens when you become greedy and I don't know. Apparently, the mother-in-law was her mother-in-law was also very, very greedy. and was always, taking money and buy me a condo and buy me this and buy me that. And, she was, I'm married. He's my husband. And apparently, he had done this once before. He had had an affair, and she was all ready to divorce him, but she forgave him because he promised he would be good and he would be, he wouldn't, cheat anymore and this and that. But apparently, he was, and she found out about it, and he was even cheating with the same woman. Uh, so, I, that was it. I can't. It's sad, but it's sweet revenge. Revenge is nice. I've been listening to a lot of these YouTube channels that have that talk about the Reddit stories that the stories they find on Reddit that are malicious compliance, or am I a jerk, or am I an asshole, or uh, sweet revenge, or whatever. I love the malicious compliance because you're doing exactly what you were asked to do. It's not your fault that they got screwed by your doing that. I love it. I love it. So that's, those are the stories for today about money. So let me say hi to everybody because I'm going to go scroll up. Catherine, I already said hi to. J Rob and Lisa. Do you want a crafter? Hi, Katrina. Lisa, how are you doing, Lisa? I hope you're doing okay. Rebecca keeps me up to date on what's happening with you, and we love you, and we pray for you. Yeah. So Lisa's here, and who else is here? Robin P. Hi. J Rob says, if you win the lottery, I will never ask you for money. Promise, but I do expect lots of DP unboxings to watch. Yeah. Vivian! Hi! How's my sweeties? So, what would you do? How would you handle something like that? Especially the first story, with your family coming out of the woodwork and demanding money from you because, well, we're family. Yeah, that's not a reason to. Yes, family takes care of family, but not every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the family. That's, a second cousin twice removed. I don't have a second cousin. My grandma is first generation, and she moved from Russia to America. So my mom and her brothers are first generation American. So there's not a lot of. I've got cousins. I think there's only one uncle who's still alive. Uh, both, yeah, all my aunt and my uncles. One uncle is gone. The other one, I can't believe he's still alive. He's 90 years old, or over 90. It's incredible. Or is he 100? I forgot. He's old. He's really old. Hi, Angie. Love and sparkles. Yo, welcome. He's really old. But so I don't have a lot of family. My father's side of the family, we don't keep in touch, and even so, none of them would contact me. If, there's not a lot of them either, and they're all they're all on their own, and I haven't spoken to them in decades. Lisa says you're hanging in there good. You do hang in there, please, because we love you. We do. Oh, I'm done. Oh God, no. Did I just pour the gray back into here? Yes, I did. I put this away and I poured the gray back into here. Oh, somebody kill me now. Problem is, it's hard to get these out without getting the multicolors out. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Why is this happening to me? I did the same exact thing I did before. Like I said, somebody shoot me now. I can't believe I'm going to be doing this again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I'm doing tonight. I am separating diamond drills because I mixed them all up. Oh well. Oh! Hi, Love and Sparkles. Hi, Angie. So, what do you think? How is everybody? I am such a screw up tonight. I'm really a major screw up tonight. And I don't know why. Anyway, here we go again. Well, at least I did it in, this wasn't that much compared to the last time. There's still some of the grays in there, but I think if I take these out, I'll have enough. I'm not worried. What is it? 318. Medium gray. So I might even have some in my spare if I need it. So I'm not worried. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, you did that 2 days ago? It's frustrating, isn't it? But I like that I have an extra container to put them in. And then I use my big one just to separate them and pick them out. Nitpicking. Oh, I know. I have it. I'll probably do an unboxing. But I not only got diamond painting drills December sampler box. You have a choice. There's 12, as always, and you have a choice between greens or reds. That's all she put in there. She didn't put in, the usual red, green, whatever. She didn't put in the regular one. She also has one for Hanukkah, which is 2 different blues and a white and a silver metallic. So I didn't get it, but that's because I don't have anything to use it with on. I really need to get a Hanukkah diamond painting one of these years. I know somebody's making them. Every time I see them, they're not my style. Maybe I'll find something online and create one of my own and have a custom made. That would be fun. But I also went to dpwithsparklers.com, Tmall. I didn't care for her choices. She does November, December now. She does mid-month, I guess. And I also went to Diamond Drills USA, and I bought their November, December sampler kit. It's beautiful. It's got some really pretty colors. Oh, and that's right. Timo had only crystal. And I'm not nuts about crystal. I want ABs. I much prefer AB. So that's the only reason I didn't get the one from Tima. But when I get them, when they come in, I just ordered them today. When they come in, or was it yesterday? I ordered them yesterday. In fact, Rebecca and I were online with Alyssa when she was putting them together and trying to get them listed. So we were the first to know. And I went zooming over there. Said, I want. And I always get don't get the jars anymore. I get the packs because even though it's more expensive, she puts 2,000 drills into her packs. Tima puts 1,000 drills in her packs. And there was one less pack. She only had 11, I think. And like I said, they were all crystals. So not me. And I have a DAC here to open that I bought, what is it, last week? Week before? I think it was last week. And it just got here today. I'm very happy about that. It's supposed to be here Wednesday, but what the heck. We know about UPS and FedEx and all the others. Now, it's hard to tell when they're upside down if it's a different color or not. Because the light reflects it different. Screw it. This time it goes into the right container. This time it goes in here. You go over there. Now, what's in here is not only my trash. I also put in those drills that decide to travel on their own, who don't want to be put back into the container, and you put the container away and they say, no, I'm still here. I don't want to go. So I just pick them up and throw them in there. All right, there's one. What is that? You ever get these odd shapes? I don't know how to pick up the odd shapes. Maybe, I just sunk. It's down there. I could probably get it with the tweezers. Not important. Okay, guys. You want to keep going? Which one did you get from DAC? I'm not telling. Well, maybe. I got the Victorian cat. Was that from DAC? I don't remember now. I know I got the cat, one of the cats. Because, me and cats. I got so many cat faces to diamond paint. I could spend the next 5 years just diamond painting them. I swear. I do. But next year we're going to start. I want to, update you and give you I'm get very excited and I'm get impatient and I want to do it now. But this year I want to plan ahead. So we're going to have our mystery diamond painting exchange 2023. I've already set up the messenger group. So if I'm going to set up a sign-in sheet on Crafting and Crime sometime before the end of the year. And we'll start probably March 1st, give or take, because that'll give you 2-3 months to pick out. And remember, this is an exchange of paintings. It's not you buy a mystery painting and that's it. You're part of it. No, we're not doing that this year. This year, it's really an exchange. You buy a diamond painting for your friend, for your partner, and they buy one for you. And I've noticed a number of people have made friends. Made a new friend. All the pretty cows, the DA said. Well, I also went to this other site. What is it? What was it? All diamond painting or something like that? Rebecca told me about it. I went on there and I said, whoa. Oh, do you know Dreamer Designs is now carrying Nikki Bohem? This painting that I'm doing, that I got from Diamond Art Club, this one. What is it? A Magical View to Christmas. I don't know if you can see it. With the packages and the penguins and the tree. And there's a fireplace in there somewhere. Dreamer Designs has it also. Apparently, they're now selling Nikki Bohem. Bohem, whatever. But yeah, it is hard to exchange outside the USA, but it can be done because a lot of places do deliver. You can always ask your partner, where is the best place to order to get it to you in a decent amount of time. They may have their own sites. And you don't have to buy an expensive one. You don't have to buy a big one. In fact, I think we're going to go a little smaller this year. I mean, 50 was too much. So we're going to say even snack size. We'll take snack size. It doesn't matter. You're just part of the exchange. So you can always buy a snack size or a 30 by 40 or a 40 by 40. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get somebody a diamond painting. And you can always make an agreement with your partner. If you want to do, you both want to do a large one, you do a large one. Both want to do a small one, you do a small one. One is international. Find out where the best place to buy to get it to them on time and at the lowest cost. And hell, it can be done. We're gonna ask that anybody who is international do that. Find a site where you buy from that easily delivers to you and is not outrageously expensive. I mean, you can even go with AliExpress and just pick up a stock photo. It does not have to be an artist's photo. You all know how to use image searching, right? Image.google.com. Upload the picture and boom, there you go. It'll tell you everywhere. And if it's attached to an artist, it's an artist. It's a stolen artwork. If it's not, it's stock. And it might come up as stock. Might not come up at all. So, oh gosh. Hey, I'm not coughing today. I think that's a good thing. I'm not coughing today because I got my fan on, but it's not directed in my face. So I've been able to talk this whole time without coughing. Ooh, took a while to get it down pat, to figure it out because I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. My brain is. Oh, guys, what are you going to do with me? Yeah, I'm wearing Mickey Mouse tonight. All right, I am, it's 8:35 here, Eastern. J. Rob, I hope you're going on tonight. She might have left already. I don't know. But if you are going on tonight, put the link to your live in here. You're a moderator, aren't you? No, you're not. Oh, yes, you are. So put your link in. So we know, everybody knows where you go. And thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It does help. Uh, so hit that like button. It loves to be hit. It's a masochist. We know this. And be good, be kind, be nice. Have fun. Be safe. Be wonderful. Oh, I like that one. That's a good one. I'm going to add that. Be wonderful. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I want to thank you all for coming. And I love you all. And we all know what my sign off is. I love this. I have a sign off. Until the next time, arrivederci.